everybody, and welcome to Tales from Reddit, a series where I read stories. Before this video actually begins, let me just say I am tired, and my voice is a little weak, a little bit, so I'm practically eating the microphone right now, so that's why the audio is a little bit different. But anyways, let's get on with this. Today we're looking at r/EntitledParents. Let's get on with this. First story was posted by user the FBI will come 69. Title for the story is Mom at the Mall Mad I Wouldn't Give My Phone to Her Adult Son. Let's get on with this. I, 13, was at the mall with my mom the other day, and I got a bit bored while she was looking for stuff, so I occasionally went on my phone to pass the time, like any teenager would. My mom goes to the bathroom and told me to sit on the bench and wait. I'm sitting down on my phone, waiting for her, when a woman, EM, and her son sat down on the other. I guess she saw me doing whatever and said,
"So many teens have phones, and yet my son doesn't have one."
I didn't think she was talking to me, so I just continued. I guess me ignoring her set her off, and she started shouting stuff like,
"Don't you ignore me,
and
have some respect."
I looked at her because of the commotion, and she was staring at me, and her eyes looked mad. I could see the guy next to her was embarrassed too. Ultimately, she shouts at me to give my phone to her son because I'm too young and I shouldn't even have one. I didn't say no to her. I just put my phone in my pocket, stood on the wall, hoping my mom would come out. But this psycho started following me and berating me for virtually no reason. She shouted at me for like 5 minutes, then went. And a little while later, my mom came back and we continued going on our day normally. Yikes, that's really makes me glad that I don't go outside all that often, or that my parents don't drag me around that often, and also that I'm really glad that where I lived, we can go on to the Walmart app or what, and actually actually order our groceries online, go down and just pick them up and bring them home. So yeah, that's fun. Yeah, don't have to deal with people like that, at least not often. Anyways, so the next story is by user Xyngea, Xyngea. Title of the story is, I don't even know how to title this. It's a medium story, so strap in. Let's get on. Oh, before I read this, a little bit of a content warning. If you're a little queasy, you might want to skip ahead a little bit, because this story actually talks about giving birth and stuff like that. So I'm just warning you now. Anyways, let's get on. My mom and I have always had a rocky relationship. Even so, I still love her very much and try to get along with her. I mean, that's my mom and I want her in my life. My mom has been a pretty toxic person for as long as I can remember. Last year, when I was pregnant with my boyfriend and I, although scared, we were young, me 18, now 19, him being 23, now 23. We're excited. I remember my mom was the first person I told apart from my boyfriend, and she was also very excited as my son is her first grandchild out of me and my two siblings. My mom has been a huge support through my pregnancy, and always doted on me since finding out. She even brought us a crib and car seat as her baby shower gift to us. But since COVID restricted where I'm from are a bit strict, I was only allowed one person in the delivery room, and unfortunately, no visitors. So of course I chose my boyfriend, aka the father. My mom was very upset when she heard that saying how a girl needs her mom through a time like this, and how she should be there, but should be the one there. I told her that I was sorry, but no, because I wanted my son's father there. She continuously tried to guilt me into changing my mind, but I was firm in my decision. Anyways, fast forward to my son's birth. He ended up being a few weeks early for my due date, and on that particular day, I was at my mom's for lunch. My boyfriend was at work. I was doing the dishes when I felt a slight wave of pain, and then my water broke. To be honest, I thought I pissed myself. But nope, my labor progressed rather fast, and by the time I got my shoes on, I was almost in tears with my contractions. Mom had to drive me to the hospital, and on the way there, I wanted to call a boyfriend, but realized I forgot my phone at the house. Through tears, I asked my mom to call him for me, and although I didn't really pay attention to what she did, I did see her bringing her phone to her ears. She told me he wasn't answering, so I said to call again and send text, and she said he wasn't answering. By the time I got to the hospital, 30-minute drive away, and I got checked out, I was a full already at 8 to 9 centimeters. I was frantic for my boyfriend to be here, so I asked her to call him again, and she said he wasn't answering. About 10 minutes later, it was a time and I had a boy. Although I was sad boyfriend wasn't there, I was thankful for at least my mom was. She even cut the umbilical cord. My mom seemed pretty happy too. Eventually, I asked my mom to use her phone to call boyfriend. And she went white. Although she kind of hesitated, she gave me the phone and I called him. He answered the first ring. Me.
Where the hell are you? Why aren't you answering?
What? What's wrong?
My mom has been trying to call you. I went into labor and left my phone at her place, but I'm trying to reach you.
Oh my god, are you okay?
I didn't get any calls. I'm on my way to the hospital right now. How are you doing?
He went back and forth apologizing and asking about our baby and if he missed the birth, but at this point I wasn't upset with him. I was pissed at my mom though. After some interrogation, she admitted not to actually calling him because she wanted so badly to be there. I told her to leave and not talk to me. I was really upset and hurt that she could do that, and I was hurt that my boyfriend missed the birth of his son because my mom was selfish and jealous enough to take that moment from us. Oh, yikes, that's personally, I probably would have stopped communicating with her earlier than that, because if she was being that toxic, if she was already being toxic to you, it wouldn't have been even on my mind to bring her. And yes, I know that you love your mother, but just because she's family doesn't mean you have to love her or anything like that. If there's someone toxic in your life, doesn't matter who, could be family member, could be friend, could be coworker, boss, whatever. If they're being toxic, you have, or at least you should have, the right to be able to walk away from that situation. If your parent is being very toxic and damaging to you, if you have the ability to, get up and leave. Don't give them a second chance to try to convince you to stay. Just leave. leave for about, I would say, a week. And if your life is at any form better for you, at least mentally or physically, then stay gone. Okay, next story. Last story for today's episode. Entitled, Mom Thinks I Should Use My PTO to Visit Her, by Mountain Climber 08. Swear I'm getting worse at reading. Anyways, onto the story. My mom and I have always had a rocky relationship ever since I graduated from college. I usually only go back to visit family 1 or 2 times a year. And going back home is not fun for me. It's great to see my old friends and siblings, but by no means does it feel like a vacation. And I'm trying to limit the amount of time off I use when I go back. Every time my mom finds out I've used my PTO, whether for a vacation or just to take days off to hike or celebrate my birthday, she always sends annoying comments like, "I thought you don't have much vacation time," or "When are you going and when will you come back?" So she can calculate how much time off I'm using. It's never, "How's the trip? Are you having fun?" or "What have you been doing?" It's always about time off or about the money I'm spending on the vacation. It drives me crazy that she seems only to care about herself and thinks she's entitled to dictate how I use my time off that I work my ass for. Ooh. That's kind of the same situation as the story earlier. Distance yourself a little bit more. I mean, yeah, I can already tell you're distancing yourself, but if she's doing something like that and you told her to tell her to stop, first off, if you haven't already. If she continues doing it, start limiting contact a bit. Like, don't text her as much, don't call her as much, and all that. And if she still is bothering you with that, straight up, just be like, "You know what? I'm gone. I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done." Anyways, that was the last story for today. So thank you all for watching this episode of Tales from Reddit. Anyways, see you. Thank you all for watching. Have a good day, night, evening, afternoon. Bye.